Hello, hello everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's doing well. What has everybody been up to? It has been like a week and a half, basically, since I last streamed. And I am so glad to be back. My sister is still here. She is sound asleep at the moment. I was up till about nearly midnight last night. I went to a concert with my dad, and it was awesome. We went to a Phillips Craig and Dean concert, and those of you who are fellow believers, they are on their 30th anniversary tour. So check out their website. They are probably the music of your childhood. If you're anything like me, they were the music of your childhood, the music that you grew up listening to every morning. You would turn on your Christian radio station and it was there. And I am still charging my Apple Watch because I need to get a new 3-in-1 charger. So I'm going to put my phone there so that hopefully if it vibrates, the book I have underneath the little table I have my monitor on, hopefully we'll mute it. I am still charging my Apple Watch because I need a new 3-in-1 charger because it was doing well for a little bit. And then all of a sudden it decided, nah. So then I bought a different one. It started off nah, and then it had a couple days in a row of being really good and charging my watch the way I wanted it to. And then last night I get home from the concert, I get into my pajamas, and I put my watch on the charger. And I woke up this morning. Now bear in mind, this is 7 hours later, roughly. And it was only at 92%. Now granted, 92% is nothing to laugh at, because that's nearly fully charged. But you would expect that in 7 hours, it would not just hold there at 92%. You would expect that it would charge it up all the way. So I need to remember to send that back, because I had bought 2 of them, one for here at the house to A, use here, B, travel with, but also one to use at work. And so I need one that's going to be reliable. So I'm going to check with my dad and see if the one that he bought is still holding steady. So hopefully, fingers crossed, his is. I can buy myself a couple of those, and then we'll be fine. So what have you guys been up to lately? Bayo, I know you're working, so I hope you have a great work day. I hope you stay safe. I hope that the stuff at the house is going okay, because I know there was a little adventure at the house, I guess, shall we say. So hopefully that's all been resolved and you are good to go. And Weaver, I hope you are doing well. Anybody else who may be lurking, I'm not trying to call anybody out of lurk. I'm just saying I see you. You guys are the backbone of Twitch. And I hope you guys are doing well too. Let's see. Today we are going to be making an infinity scarf. So I'm going to show you what this infinity scarf is going to look like when we are done. Let's see here. This might cover me for a second. In fact, I will be covering it. So let me turn myself off for a second. This is what the infinity scarf will look like when we are all done. This is after 16 rows. Turn that back on, turn that off. There we go. Ooh, playing Fortnite in and out. Nice, Dusty. I hope that's fun. Hope you're getting some dubs. I've come close to getting dubs. I've been at minimum top 10. There have been times where I've gotten like top 5, but I've been at minimum top 10. Have yet to get that dub. But it's fine. There are all these super strong players out there right now. And so yeah, just gotta find kind of where my best starting place is, you know what I mean? So, just being a college student in gaming, how are classes going? I am actually going to be starting school again this summer. Hopefully, I've applied and been accepted, and I'll be doing all online classes for a cybersecurity degree. So that is going to be super cool. I'm excited about it. Remind me again what you're studying, Weaver? I know you've probably told me in the past, but I cannot remember. So today is going to be stream, grab a quick bite to eat, and then head to the outlet mall for some D&D. And then I'm going to be meeting up with my friend Soul for a couple hours. Game design, that's right! That's right! Oh man, are you close to being done? You close to being done? I love that emote, by the way. So cute! I've got my water with me. But yes, gonna be meeting up with Soul tonight and just hanging out and maybe working some more on the scarf, because this is what I'm working on for my sister. And then I have yarn coming in probably this, yeah, it looks like it should be this coming Thursday for the one I want to make for my brother-in-law, so that hopefully things will be, they'll both be able to go back with my sister when she heads back to Europe. And so hopefully that will work out well. Hopefully that'll just be one of those things where I'm able to get them both done. And then I want to work on a couple of hats. It'll be interesting because I'm going to have to practice the magic ring. I tried the magic ring with the woobles, and my fingers just were not getting the feel for what they needed to do to make that magic ring work right. And I kept like dropping stuff, and it just didn't seem right. It didn't quite feel natural to me, which I guess is to be expected with anything new. But by the same token, I need practice with it, so I'm going to use some of my practice yarn that came with the bag that I bought. And so, like, this is like a year or two ago, so this yarn is like yarn that's been sitting there doing nothing. And so I'm gonna probably make that my, I need to practice some stitches, let's do that. Let's use that yarn for that kind of thing. Who knows? Who knows? So let's go ahead and pray, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dive in. We're on round 5 of this. And so I've got my 5mm crochet hook. I need to find, there it is. We're gonna get ourselves all set up. I'm pretty sure, did I join or not? I think I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I would not have considered that a finished row if I had not, or round if I had not joined. Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, cool. So I'm going to get that set up. There we go. Oh, okay, so you're a freshman. Very cool. Very cool. I'll be considered a, I think the college I'm at considers me a sophomore, but I consider myself a freshman just because I'm starting something completely new. So a lot of my classes that I took back when I got my first degrees were transferred, so I just have to take the ones specific to the degree, so that is good. So I'm excited about that. So let's go ahead and pray. I am all set up for our round 5, and then we are good to get started. If you have any prayer requests, please feel free to drop them below in chat, and I will be more than happy to pray over them. Dear Lord, thank you so much for who you are and what you've done for us, how much you love us. Let us all just hear you a little louder and clearer today, Lord, in a unique way that we can only say comes from you, Lord. I ask that you be with Weaver as he is getting his classes done. I ask that you just help Weaver be able to understand everything that's being taught. Let these next 3 years just feel like they're flying by as Weaver gets that degree. I ask that you be with Beo while he's at work. Keep him safe, keep his coworkers safe, and help him to just be able to be a light to you, Lord. A light for you, Lord. I ask that you be with Solon and Earthsuit and everything going on in her life, Lord. I ask that you just be with her dad, be with her studies, be with her church, and help just everything to go well in her life, Lord. I ask that you help her to be able to have less anxiety when driving, to get it to a more tolerable level, Lord. I ask that you be with his little kitty and everything going on in her life. Be with Kishu and Spark and all the other Christian streamers and my dear, dear friends and family, Lord. I ask that you be with Lady Foes, Adafoes, and Baby Foes. I ask that you be with Lotu and Tie-Dye Chef Dave and STL. I ask that you just be with each and every person here and those who are going to be here, and even those who aren't able to make it today, Lord. I ask that you be with my sister and brother-in-law as they're getting into a time of transition, Lord. Just guide and direct them, Lord. I ask that you just show them where you want them to live, which house, and everything like that, Lord. I ask that you be with just anybody who needs to feel your presence, Lord. Anybody who's going through a hard time, anybody who needs to know you, anybody who's struggling physically, whether illness or injury, anybody who is struggling mentally, Lord. Just be with them, Lord. I ask that you give us a fun day today. Let us have a fun stream as we make this infinity scarf. Let it be a fun time of fellowship. And in your name I pray. Amen. All right, we are going to switch to the game screen, but I am going to go ahead and enter studio mode real quick because I need to make sure that I have stuff set up correctly, which I do. All right, turning off studio mode because I didn't want you guys to see anything that, like I wanted it all to be perfectly aligned before I, like perfectly set up before I did anything. So, we are on round 5. So that means, they say down here, rounds 4 through 15, you repeat round 2 and 3. So what it is every even numbered one, you're going to repeat round 2. Every odd round, you're going to repeat round 3. So we're going to follow the instructions for round 3. So we were going this way. We've got our scarf here. So we are going to... Oh, wait a second. Why are you... Oh, because I joined. That's right. We are going to, first off, take out this little stitch marker because it is what is holding my chain. So we're going to chain 3, which it says counts as a double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 more. I'm going to go ahead and turn this because this is my stitch marker for my first stitch, this orange one from the last round. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my project this way. So we have chained 4. We are going to skip this front post double, and we are going to double crochet into the first stitch, into the, or I guess second stitch. We're skipping 1 and then double. So to do a double crochet, you yarn over and you go through that stitch, you yarn over again. Pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. All right. So then we do the same thing again. We skip this front post, we skip a stitch, we yarn over. Oh wait, we need a chain. So it's skip, double, chain. So now we've chained. So now skip, yarn over, go into that stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to chain, yarn over, skip, into that stitch, we're going to double crochet. So what does everybody have planned this weekend? Because this is one of those patterns that I am able to really kind of get lost in. So we're going to have some conversation, but I'm probably going to be making sure that I am on the correct stitch. But I'm interested in what you guys are doing this weekend. I have been working on a Pathfinder character. So I'm going to be working on this next week, her backstory, so that I can join in the fun. I found a group, so I'm going to go ahead and join their campaign, which is going to be fantastic. But I'm curious what you guys have planned. Alright, so we did the chain, yep, and now we're on double crochet. I know you guys probably can't see a whole lot of what I'm doing. Galaxy! Hello, hello! How are you, my friend? We are working on an infinity scarf. Thank you so much for the lurk. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And speaking of fans, I just might have to turn mine on. It is getting a tiny bit warm for the shirt I am wearing. I picked a longer sleeved shirt because I woke up and it was kind of cold. But once I closed the door, it got a little bit warm. So I might have to turn my fan on. So to start off this infinity scarf, I had to chain 250, and then after that was round 1, which was basically doing what I'm doing now, which was skip, double, chain, skip, double, chain. Oh, now I need to make sure that okay, so that was the double? Yeah, that was the double. Okay, so I'm on, I backspaced enough that I should be on the chain, and then double. And this is why you always need to kind of have in your mind what you're doing. Chain, there we go. Same as usual, chill, homework, games, TTRPGs, and D&D. Nice! Now, what D&D character are you playing as? Today I have my half-elf rogue, Elise. Oh, I forgot to yarn over. There we go. Now we can double. There we go. Hopefully the homework doesn't take you too long to do. It's actually for crochet, it's actually the chaining that gives it that little bit of height. Naniki, hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying your time. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday, and thank you so much for the lurk. I've been working on this slowly but surely. When I'm at work, I can have this set up on my desk and kind of have it set up to where I can, I dropped, that's when you know you didn't have your tension correct. Okay, cool, there's the chain. So we need to yarn over, skip, stitch. There we go. Double crochet. But the chain actually helps add a bit of height to it. So as you can see, I'll try and show you with this double crochet. So we've yarned over, went into that stitch, yarned over again, pull through 2, yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you'll see it's added about, let's see, it's added some height to it because we have these 3 loops from the double crochet. So what we're going to do is now we yarn over and pull through for that chain stitch, and it's going to add just a bit more to it and kind of give it a little bit of a slope. You know what? I should have marked my first stitch. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. I gotta move my stitch marker. because that way I know when the round ends. There we go. And you can see that it's starting to really, with these rounds, you'll see that it has kind of a little texture to it. That is, these little bumps here, that is actually from the front post double crochet. Okay. So I think we need to chain, because that looks like we're in our... Yes. That looks like we just finished the double. We're gonna do that again just to make sure. I'm sorry guys, I distract myself sometimes. I'm like, where did I leave off? I try and leave off at a spot where I know I'm doing, like where I know what I'm doing, but at the same time, sometimes you have to remind yourself, and that's okay. So after this part of the pattern, I'm going to take a little hydration. Alright, so now I'm on the double crochet. Next skip and double. Sometimes I can tell which one was the correct, like whether I was on the chain or the double, by the size of the most recent stitch. Because my chain stitch tends to be a little bit smaller than the double. So skip and double, skip and double, then we chain, chain stitch, but I think that size difference sometimes comes just from tension more than anything. When you're working in the round, you want to make sure that you are always marking that first stitch of the round, because otherwise you'll be going around and around and around and around and not necessarily adding any height. So you want to make sure that you are always marking the first stitch in each round, just to make sure you know where that round ends and the next one begins. And with this, I also, once I get to the part where I want to join, I also need to make sure that I do not let this project twist. It is all too easy to accidentally make it twist, and then all of a sudden you've got it looking completely wrong. But I am going to be making this exact same scarf for my brother-in-law. So that is going to be super cool. He and my sister will have the same scarf, just different colors, so they can know whose is whose. This is the I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby in Rosy Cheeks. And the yarn he chose is the I Love This yarn, again, in Sea Blue. So we're hopeful to have this done in time that it can go back to Europe with her. And we'll be good to go. We're kind of going for some cozy vibes today, just because of how late I was up. I had my caffeinated protein shake, so that definitely is helping. Let's see, did I? I don't think I did, so we'll do that. I'm like, did I chain or did I not? Did I chain or did I not? Yep, I think I did. Okay. There we go. Because I don't want to add any stitches, because adding stitches will just make it look not as good. It'll make it where it's uneven, and because it's uneven, it also just makes the project as a whole just look super wonky, and we don't want that. We want this to look the best that it possibly can. Oh, I was setting up for single crochet. There we go. We want double crochet, double crochet, darling, double crochet. So every Tuesday, the movie theater near my house has a classic movie that plays at 7 o'clock. And this last week, that movie of the week was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And I absolutely love that movie. So many moments in it where I'm just like, you are hysterical, Ferris, but then I realized this time just how much of a gaslighter he can be. Like, dude, the way he talks to the guy that is supposedly his best friend, he is not exactly the nicest guy to him. He doesn't even really fully listen to him. There is a ton of gaslighting in that relationship. There we go. Ready for that double crochet. So what are some of your guys' favorite classic movies? I think one of mine, one of the movies of my childhood was Swan Princess. I absolutely love the original trilogy of Swan Princess. So you've got Swan Princess and then Swan Princess Escape from Castle Mountain or something like that. And then you have the Swan Princess Mystery of the Enchanted Treasure. Those three were my childhood. My sister and I, we watched those so many times. We loved those movies. And then they came out with those CGI ones, and it just wasn't the same. They just are not that same Swan Princess vibe, you know what I mean? Another one that I really enjoyed watching as a kid is a bunch of the classic Disney movies. And I was also a really big Mary-Kate and Ashley fan. I loved Mary-Kate and Ashley movies. I loved their TV shows. Anything that they worked on, pretty much I watched. And so just grew up watching all of those, playing the computer games. Now I'm like, dude, they knew their target audience, and I am no longer the age that is that target audience. Like, I watched Let's Plays of, for example, Crush Course, where you're them in high school and they're going through their day, going to school events, going to classes. They're trying to figure out who are they gonna ask to the beach party. And I'm like, dude, that was perfect for where I was at that stage in life. Like, I was their target audience. Little baby teeny bopper, tweeny bopper. And now I look at it and I'm like, A, the graphics, dude. But B, just the storylines and the dialogue. I'm like, dude, they paid them that much to say all this cheesy dialogue. but I loved it as a kid. So we're just sitting here doing some crochet. I know it's hard to see because I'm not exactly set up as a total crochet streamer, but I just kind of felt like some cozy vibes were needed today. Some cozy crochet vibes. We're following the instructions for round 3 because we're on round 5 and it says rounds 4 through 15 we're going to be alternating following the instructions for round 2 and following the instructions for round 3. So we're just sitting here chatting and enjoying. You know, it might be kind of fun to have a little cozy kind of cafe shop vibes music. Let me see if I can find, now that I know I'm on the next double crochet, let me see if I can find some nice music. Let's go to YouTube. Cozy instrumental music. Let's see. Ooh, some lo-fi might be fun. So we'll just kind of let this lo-fi play in the background. Let me take a look at the properties here. There we go. I've really been into lo-fi lately. Lo-fi is so much fun. It's a cozy vibe. If that's a little too loud, let me know. Huh. Are you guys able to hear it? One's in chat if you're able to hear it, because I'm not seeing it as coming through. There we go. I think it's because I had my headphones in. And so because I have my headphones in, there we go. Now I'm seeing it coming through. The next round is going to be a fun one. The next round is going to be that we do a double and then a front post. And then double, front post, double. Double, front post, double. So we'll just have some chill lo-fi playing. And we're we're gonna make this a cozy vibe. Oh, there we go, tighten that up. But this week is going to be a fun week. We just have kind of our normal routine here at the house with or at least our kind of new normal with my sister being here, which is amazing. I'm going to be working, going to be coming home and doing a bunch of stuff around the house. Got a lawn on Wednesday, which is going to be fantastic. It's Bring Money from Missionaries Week, so that's always a favorite. So we're just going to be having fun and chilling. If you're a crocheter, what projects are you working on right now? I have this, and I want to make some hats. I want to make a basket for all my scrap yarn. I've got a lot of stuff I want to make and crochet. But it's fun. It's a nice, relaxing habit. I'm not sure how much time I'll have for it once I go back to school, but hopefully time to do some. I'm gonna try turning that down just a bit. There we go. Hopefully it's not too much louder than me. I cannot believe we are almost done with this round. Once we finish this round, I'm going to have to take a super quick bio break. In fact, probably once the ad break hits is when I'll do that. I'll put on the BRB screen and we'll do it that way. I know our ad breaks are only about a minute, and it'll mean being on BRB for a little bit after the bio break, but or after the ad break, but it's all good. It is all good. Got some good lo-fi playing. Man, I guess this shows how quick this can work up once you kind of sit down and really, you've learned all of the stitches and you've been able to really make it work. And you can just focus. I guess this shows how quickly this can work up because we're almost all the way through the round. And it hasn't even been an hour. That explains why they have you do a chain stitch in between each one, because technically you chained 4 because we chained 3, which counted as our double crochet, and then we chained 4. Or chained 1 more. So because we chained 1 more, 3 plus 1, 4. I'm still very, very much a beginner when it comes to crocheting, but I'm slowly but surely learning. Found some patterns that are semi-beginner friendly. There's some of the stuff I'm gonna have to look at and be like, yeah, I need to look up how to do that. But at the same time, when you're learning something new, there's always gonna be that. There's always gonna be aspects of it where you're like, I have no idea what this means, what this does. But that's life. We're always learning in life. And that's the important thing, is we're always growing, we're always learning. We're always working to be more and more the person that God wants us to be. And that's what matters. So we're getting close to the end of the round. This ad break starts soon. Hopefully I'll be able to finish up this round before then. If not, I will put a pin in it and we'll go into BRB. So that way you guys will not miss a thing. So we are on the double crochet and chain and then skip and double crochet round. We're going to probably be doing this a couple more times after the ad break. I'm watching for when that ad break starts. Or at least when it says it starts. Unless that was my warning of the ad break going. There it is. Alright guys, we will be right back. Alright, thank you guys for hanging out during that ad and bio break. Hope everybody is still doing well. Let's see, there we are. We are just about finished with this round. I've done my chain. So now we're on double crochet. And then well, I don't think either I added, hold on a second. Okay, I think I see the hole for it. There we go. All right, we're gonna back up just a smidge because I'm thinking I may not have skipped at one point, or I may have added, but I don't think I added. I think what ended up happening aha, we are at the end of the round. That explains it. So we are gonna join to the top of the starting. Hey, how's it going, Artsy? We are working on an infinity scarf today. So we're gonna join here with the slip stitch. So a slip stitch is we are going to yarn over. We're gonna join here, yarn over, and we are going to pull through everything. That is our slip stitch. Thank you so much. I already have the best viewers on Twitch. Thank you very much. So now we're going to go ahead and turn the project. Maybe let's see. There we go. Okay. We're gonna slowly turn. There we go. We're gonna bring all of this. Right? Isn't it though, Artsy? It always makes me so happy that they feel that they have the best viewers. And they just want to share the love. Okay. So now we're following round. We can mark off that we've done round 5. And now we're going to follow round 2, which says that we are going to chain 2. So 1, 2, we're going to double crochet in that first space here. And I'm going to mark that stitch because that is the first stitch in round 6. It does not matter whether I go from inside out or outside to in. All that matters is that that ends up being marked. You as well. Thank you for popping in. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. What do you have planned for the day, Artsy? So we've done that double crochet. Now we're going to do what's called a front post double. So we're going to go behind, or yarn over, go behind, yarn over. And that will be our second stitch. Now we're going to double again. And I'll show you what a post is here in just a second. The post is this little part right here. So we're going to go around because that is the front post. And then we just follow the instructions of a double crochet. Always got to make sure that your crochet hook is facing you. And then we just double crochet the next one. So this is what is going to create kind of that almost ribbing look. And when you do a front post double and a back post double right next to each other, that's when it really brings out that ribbing effect. Alrighty, so we are going to continue this all the way around until we reach the end of round 6. I think on my way to Souls today, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to listen to the devotional today because I have been going through a Bible in a Year plan with Lux Digital Church. And it has been an amazing experience. I have all of my Bible study stuff over there. I've got to transfer what I wrote for yesterday into my Bible study journal. But what's nice is that it's on the YouVersion app, and because it's on the YouVersion app, and I'm doing it in a group, it has what it calls the Talk It Out section. And the Talk It Out section is where people can talk about what they got out of the reading for the day. And so that is always so much fun. I love seeing kind of what stood out to people and getting to share my thoughts as well. It also reminds me that I do need to be in the Word every day. It reminds me that there's value and importance in that. And I cannot allow myself to get so busy that I forget to do it, you know? Because sometimes life just gets so busy that we forget all the important stuff. And the most important thing we can do is spend time with God and His Word. Glad I caught that stitch. There we go. So then we double. Next. Oh, I think I forgot to yarn over before going in. There we go. I could tell I did because I only was able to pull through one rather than the normal two that I should be able to pull through in a double crochet. So far, it is looking really, really nice, you guys. I am excited about this. I hope the music isn't too loud. But it's really nice having this just to kind of help focus. There we go. You guys, this is looking absolutely amazing and I am in love with it. I am wanting to make myself one of these within the next, like before next winter. I just have to decide what color. Because I love purple and I love rose gold. But I am not at all to the point where I'm able to switch colors yet. If I could find a yarn that was purple and rose gold, that would be cool. Because then it would kind of be the best of both worlds. are just getting so much done today, and it makes me happy. There we go. Front post. Front post double. 'Cause when we have a front post double, it makes everything look cool. I might only go 2.5 hours today because I want to make sure that I have enough time to eat and spend time with the family before heading out for basically until after dinner. Something went wrong on that stitch. There we go. That looks better. If they don't go through like a butter, then you have too much tension. Hydration. Hydration saves lives, you guys. Make sure you hydrate, even if it's cold out, especially when it's cold out. Because when it's cold out, you don't necessarily always feel the need to hydrate as much. Like, you don't feel as thirsty. But hydration is just as important as it is when it's a hot day. Let's see, I'm trying to think. What did we do Thursday? Because I was gonna try... Oh, that's right. My sister and I on Thursday, we went to an event at the local university, and it was a Japanese storytelling thing where they had one person on like a little carpet thing, and they would tell a story, and they had a fan and a handkerchief that they would use to represent every prop. And so that was really, really cool to see, because I had never seen anything like that before. The stories were really fun. They had one story that was about a guy who he is basically being told by his friend, his wife, the magistrate, the landlord, everybody, you need to tell us about this dream that you had. And he's like, but if I had a dream, I would tell you, but I didn't have a dream. And so then everybody, like, nobody believes him. And eventually, and in the end, in a plot twist, you find out the entire thing was a dream. got my hair cut yesterday before the concert, so that was fun. I love my hairdresser. She is fantastic. Let's see here. What else? What else is new? I feel like I haven't seen you guys in like forever. Oh, come on. There we go. I love when I'm able to salvage a stitch. Sometimes I end up almost pulling through more loops than I need to. And so then I end up backing up. And sometimes in backing up, I undo the entire stitch. And I'm like, no! There we go. So you guys can see we're kind of starting to get 3 rounds or 3 little spots with holes and the front post double. You can see that the front post double crochet is kind of giving this kind of lifted vibe to it, which is really, really cool. And that is my favorite aspect of the double crochet, or the front post double, I should say. Just making sure I haven't missed anything important, which it does not look like I have. Okay. I'm getting to the point now where I'm able to tell if I set the work down, whether I'm on the part with the double, like just the double, or whether I'm on the part with the front post double. I bought a lot of yarn, so if I have the extra yarn, if I have the ability to, like if I only end up needing 1 skein, because sometimes they might tell you need a certain amount, but depending on how tight your stitches are, you may need more, you may need less. And so depending on how that goes, I may have enough to either make me the hat that I want to make in rose gold, or I can make myself a scarf in rose gold. But I have so much yarn back here underneath my keyboard that I'm like, I need to get through all of it. So I have some plans. I'm going to use this kind of deserty yarn to make a yarn basket. And then I'm going to use some of the purple yarn, I think. I think I'll use the purple yarn to make my infinity scarf. I think that's what I'm going to do. I do love this rose gold, and eventually I might make myself this in rose gold. Because rose gold is like my definite second favorite color, if not first. It may have taken the place of purple, depending on the shade of purple. But it is at minimum second place. So we're just going to be chillin' and vibin' today, I think. Figuring out kind of how this pattern looks. And so far, it is looking pretty fantastic, if I do say so myself. And that's part of what makes me want to do this again and again and again, is that I know the pattern works. I know the pattern works. I know how to make it now. Uh-oh, is my yarn starting to fray? Nope, we're good. Sometimes your yarn can start to look like it's fraying a bit. But if you are super duper gentle with it when you're trying to, you know, figure that part out, you might be able to salvage it and realize, oh, it just got a little bit twisted along the way, and that is okay. But it's a rather simple and easy pattern to make. It works up like really, really quick. And so because of that, because of how beginner friendly it is, I am so excited to be able to make this again and again and again. And if I find out that the hat that I want to make is easy enough to make, I may just start making some scarves and hats as Christmas presents. Who knows? Because I think some of my friends might like hats. I can think of one friend in particular who might like the hat pattern that actually my mom was the one who found it. And it looks like it should be good once I figure out how to successfully do the magic circle. Because if I can successfully do the magic circle, then that will make it where I'm able to make the hat in such a way that it doesn't have a little hole in the middle. Because the way that I learned how to crochet in the round and start a round project is I learned a different way, and other than the magic circle, because it was a more beginner friendly way, but it leaves a little bit of an opening. And so because it leaves that opening, I don't know necessarily if that's going to work well on a hat. But so far, everything is lining up absolutely beautifully on this pattern, and I am absolutely loving it. Because at first, it kind of looked like it might be, it almost looks like it might be twisting a little bit, but I figured out what's going on is that as you go along, that bottom foundation chain, it makes it, like there are certain stitches that kind of make it look like it's curving a little bit, but it straightens out as you go along. Oh, there we go. Come on, buddy. There we are. You always want to be nice and gentle with your stitches. Tell them exactly how you want them to behave and just go nice and easy. And this is going to go really, really well. My sister dyed her hair pink, kind of a pinkish purple. And so this will go really, really well with that. And it'll go well with a lot of the clothing that she owns. I also have some blue yarn that I'm hoping, I've started a blanket. And I want to make it a nice big blanket. I just have so many works in progress that one has kind of fallen by the wayside. I had honestly almost forgotten about that blanket. My sister enjoys making amigurumi, which are like the little 3D plushies, similar to just like the ones that I made earlier this year on stream. I made a dinosaur, and then off stream I made a little teapot or a coffee mug. And that coffee mug, you guys, was absolutely adorable. Okay. Here we go. It's hard to believe that we are just about halfway through this. In fact, I think we are halfway through this round already. This is definitely one of those projects that it doesn't take long to see progress being made. So that is also good. So for those who may not know what an infinity scarf is, an infinity scarf is one that is round, and you typically will wrap it around you a couple of times as you put it on. In fact, I think I have one sitting right here next to me. Let me see. Now that I'm not in the middle of a stitch. It looks kind of like this. It'll look kind of like this, but without the little, without the button. But it wraps around you like this and sits like that. So they just look so neat. So neat. One of these days I'll have to wear that infinity scarf again. I honestly forgot I had that one. I'm attempting to keep this where you guys can see it and see me. Let's see, maybe if I move the keyboard a bit, kind of set it like that, then that would let me hold this here. I can bring this, angle it a bit. No. What if we bring the camera around like that? There. Now you guys will be able to see, especially if I go like that, that'll look a bit better. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Oh well, we at least get a little bit. We at least get a little bit of it, and you guys can kind of see a bit better what I'm doing. Apologies if any of you get seasick easily. That transition was not exactly motion sickness friendly.
Hello, sweetie.
Go. Front post. And then we go into the next little open space. Hey, how's it going, Mr. and the Mrs.? I hope you're doing well. We're just doing a chill crochet and infinity scarf stream. you up to today? How's the wee one? Thank you so much for the follow. Hello there, last time, Lord. How are you? Are you by any chance a fellow Whovian? Are you a Whovian? And if so, who is your doctor? Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing well. Were you able to sleep in today, or did the wee one wake you up in the middle of the night? Oh, good. Me too. Who's your doctor? Mine is definitely 10. Dude, Mr. and the Mrs., you are speaking my language. 9 has a very, very special place in my heart because you never forget your first doctor. But 10 is my absolute hands down favorite. Yeah, DT did such a good job. Did you guys see the videos circulating around of him hosting the BAFTAs and he sang 500 Miles for his intro? Like that was circulating all of my socials for forever after that, for like days. I think it's finally slowing down. I think the algorithm has figured out we showed her a little too much of that. So maybe we'll give her a little break. Right? It was so cool. It was one of those things where I had no idea he was even hosting. And so to kick off the show, they had this whole sketch planned that ended with him singing 500 Miles. And it was beautifully done. Who is your guys' favorite companion? As you could probably tell, mine is Donna. I absolutely love Donna. I feel like she was way more his conscience versus a love interest. Oh, wow. He already quit? Dang. I was thinking he'd be around a little bit. But then again, I have not really been following a lot of Doctor Who over the last few years. Just not enough time. Okay. Okay, I see where I am now. Okay. Sorry, guys. My eyes were not quite seeing where I needed to go next, but now they do. Wow. I kind of stopped watching after, pretty much after Peter Capaldi. And then it just got to the point where there was so much to try and catch up on, it was overwhelming. So then I watched the 60th anniversary specials because I felt like I could watch those without necessarily needing all of the backstory of what was going on. And yeah, the 60ths were pretty good. You were upset when he regenerated? I know. I remember being completely taken aback by regeneration because I had no idea that that was even a thing. I had no idea at all what all was involved in Doctor Who at the time. Uh-oh, am I doing... Okay, there we go. I got myself all twisted. I know, I cried so hard when David regenerated. I was absolutely devastated. I was like, nope, I need a break. I need to mourn this loss. I I watched about 3 other shows that had him in them. And then I was able to watch. I know, I don't want to go. I have his regeneration song on my iPhone, and I sometimes have to skip it because I'm like, I'm not ready emotionally for this, because I can hear in the music when he says that line, and I just get so emotional. Oh boy. Okay, good. I don't think it twisted. Good. We're good. Okay. I was worried for a second because sometimes it looks like this project twists. And that's because it's an infinity scarf. And it's supposed to kind of wrap around you a couple of times. But you don't want it to completely like look twisted. You want it to be able to lay flat and have everything look right. Ah, gotcha. That makes sense. I enjoyed Peter's Doctor, especially in this one episode when it was just him and one, like, he was the only one who ever spoke a word. They had another character kind of lurking in the shadows, but he was the only one who said a thing. And he, did such a great job in that episode. He had to carry that episode. And he was able to shine. Oh, yes. The episode with him and River. Oh my gosh. I got emotional in that one too. I liked, season 4 was always my favorite scene. Season 4 of New Who. Because you had David Tennant and Catherine Tate, and they just bounced so well off of each other, and still do. They still, are best friends. They still, hang out. And you could tell that Donna just wanted to be along for the ride. She wanted a friend because she didn't feel like she had any friends. She didn't feel like she was anybody special. But yet, she was. Best Temp and Chiswick. And so I was curious how they were going to work around everything that happened at the end of season 4 when they announced that they were bringing her back. But I think they handled it pretty well. It was a viable thing. It made sense. I shouted at the screen because they, of course, had to up the drama. And I did not like them upping the drama. And I was yelling at Russell T Davies through the TV screen, yelling at him that he couldn't do this to me. He could not bring her back only to have that happen. And then he went, "No, you're right. You're right. That was not the plan at all. The plan was to make you think that that was the plan and then trick you with a plot twist." And it worked. So he always has a way of doing that. He always has a way. I feel like Moffat does really well when he does his 1 or 2 part episodes. But when he had to when he had to plan out whole seasons, I feel like it was just a little too much. Oh, Angels in Manhattan. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. And it gets even more emotional when you realize River had to basically keep her emotions in check. She had to stare at the angel because the doctor was too busy sobbing and she didn't want anything to happen to them. So she had to postpone her own mourning of her own parents in order to help the doctor. Ooh, wow, we are almost done with this round as well. Oh, we did too. Funny story. So my sister, she at first did not like Doctor Who. I tried to introduce her to it. I introduced her with 9, as one always should, because then you get Rose's backstory and one simply does not forget 9. One does not simply skip 9. And she did not like 9. I had to explain to her I understand that this does not excuse him from how he acted, but it makes it more understandable. He is fresh from the Time War. So because of how she was acting, I had no idea if she would enjoy it. And so when she offered to go to the 50th with me, I thought she was just going. Exactly. He was fresh from the Time War. He had PTSD. It doesn't excuse the names that he called us humans, but it makes it a little more understandable when you think about it that way. And so she offered to go to the 50th. I thought, oh wow, I know you're not a big Doctor Who fan, but so thank you so much for coming and wanting to watch it with me. Then she dropped the bombshell at the very end. After everything was, after the 50th was over, all is said and done, she goes, yeah, I've been a Whovian for a while now. And I'm like, what? And you didn't tell me? I could have fangirled with you this entire time, and you didn't tell me? So we shared a big old laugh in the theater after that. And I'm going to go ahead and snooze this ad break. We'll get an extra 5 minutes hanging out with you guys before ads. But I remember people in the theater just gasping, gasping for air when Capaldi came on, when they said that line about, no sir, all 13. I remember everybody gasping and cheering and just total fanning over all of it. And it was so good, so well written. But my favorite episode is actually The Doctor's Daughter. The one that has Georgia Tennant. And the reason for that is because, to me, it has a lot more to it than meets the eye. You have a story of nature versus nurture. Because Jenny, played by Georgia, comes out of the machine knowing nothing but I am supposed to kill. I'm supposed to kill the half. I don't know why, I just know that's what I'm supposed to do. And throughout the episode, the Doctor and Donna teach her there's more to life than that. There are other ways. They didn't do anything to deserve this level of hate. But yet you also see this underlying story arc, or underlying meaning of what makes a family. Because at first, the Doctor isn't willing to accept she is his daughter. Because she doesn't know what it is to be a time lady. She just knows, like, yeah, she's my DNA. She has my DNA, but that's it in his mind. And eventually, he grows to love her. He grows to love her, and it's like, what makes a family? Is it DNA? Is it shared experiences? Is it, this kind of shared history? It's love. Love is what makes a family. And that's why we're able to have not just birth family, but chosen family too. Blink is also a really good one. That's a fun one for if you want something that's kind of Dr. Light. If you enjoy Martha, which Martha is a pretty cool character. She grew on me. I wasn't 100% sure how I felt about her. I liked her more in the later seasons. Like in the last little bit of 3 into 4. Because I felt like that was when she was able to really set some boundaries that needed to be set for herself. Hey, how's it going, Mad Mamas? How's it going? We're just sitting here talking Doctor Who and crocheting. But I felt like for a little bit, she was almost super whiny for a lot of her time because she felt like the Doctor didn't care about her. And he did. He was just mourning Rose. She just so happened to come into his life after his first, basically, almost, they loved each other, he and Rose. And that was why Donna was so refreshing, is because she had no romantic interest in him whatsoever, and she was able to call him out when needed. Alright, we've got an ad break in just a minute. Ooh, you're working on reorganizing your desk. Let's see here. Let me bring that up. Cleaning and reorganizing your desk because you moved the living room around. Nice! What's the plan? What is it eventually going to look like? It was Rose, Martha, Donna, and then Amy. Amy was never my favorite. Amy, I felt, did not deserve Rory. I felt like she did Rory dirty so many times, especially for somebody that she claims to love. We're talking Doctor Who. Sorry guys, I'm doing a little seating adjustment. There we go. Yup, the centurion who waited. The man who waited. it was a bigger task than what you anticipated yesterday, but you think it's better than what you started out doing. Nice! I love that. Okay. We can definitely talk something else if you'd like, because I want you to feel like you have something to contribute to the conversation. So we are on an ad break. We will be back in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and go to BRB. Welcome back from ads. Ooh, what are you thinking you might get some pictures of, Madam Mamas? You are, in a way, correct, Mr. and the Mrs., because Donna did have an episode. Donna did have an episode before Martha came in. She was, I think, I don't know if they call that season 1 or season 3, episode 1, or if they call it Christmas special. Let's see. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Let's see. Okay, so Smith and Jones was the first episode of season 3. Okay. So Runaway Bride was more of it was a Christmas special. So, because it aired Christmas 2006. And that was the one that introduced Donna. And then Smith and Jones released or aired March of 07. And that introduced Martha. So that might be what you were thinking of. Well, I cannot wait to see pictures of your space. That is going to look so cool. I'm sure it's going to look amazing once it's done. Alrighty. So we are continuing work on our scarf. We're making this beautiful Roma Infinity scarf. Amazing, maybe, but doubtful. There's a lot of things for such a small space. Ah, gotcha. I feel the same way about my room. I feel like whenever the time comes that I move out, I'm gonna have to go through a bunch of stuff and decide what can and can't I live with. Because I've got an entire corner in the back corner of my room. And if I'm not careful, my coworker has a room that she calls her crap room. And I might end up having to have one of those in my space if I'm not careful. Right? I feel like everybody has to have that one spot where you just turn, like you just go, I have no idea where this goes. I have no idea where I want to put this, where it would fit in with the rest of the motif. I'll just throw it here. You know? I feel like everybody has a space like that. Exactly! Exactly! It's a junk drawer for larger things. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, that's exactly right, Mr. and the Mrs. The adipose episode was the one where she decided that she actually wanted to be a companion because at the end of Runaway Bride, she was like, I want absolutely nothing to do with you. I'm just going to go back and I'm going to live my life. And he was like, okay, if that's what you want. And then he met Martha. They went off on all their adventures. And then Donna comes in again in season 4, episode 1, and she's waiting for him, watching for him with Granddad. I love, 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 love my honorary granddad, Wilfred Mott. He is like, to me, he is every Whovian's honorary granddad. I absolutely loved Wilfred. He was a fantastic man. Bernard Cribbins played him so well. And I absolutely love and adore my honorary granddad. And I'm so glad that he lived long enough to be part of the 60th. Like when we saw him come in the 60th, I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Granddad! He's a beautiful bean! He's a precious cinnamon roll, too pure and perfect for this world." And hopefully that isn't too big of a spoiler for those who haven't seen the 60th yet. But they did release behind the scenes photos of Bernard on set, so totally made the 60th worth watching, knowing that the Doctor and Donna are back, that we get our honorary granddad back. Oh yes, the library episode with the Vashta Narada. I had the hardest time. Like, to me, that was Moffat at his best. I could not fall asleep easily that night after watching that episode. Because I was introduced to Doctor Who in college, and so there would be times I would be binge watching it on Netflix late at night. And that was an episode that I did not realize would be as scary as it was. And what's really cool and a fun behind the scenes fact is that the scene where the little girl is talking to the doctor, the little girl that basically represents the computer, is talking to the doctor, they actually had David Tennant on, like, just sitting there on set, right by the camera, reading lines with her. So that way she wasn't alone and had something to play off of. The other episode that was really fun was the episode Midnight. Now, I was a theater major and an elementary education major. And at the time that I saw that episode, I was taking an acting class, and we were learning about the Meisner method of acting, which is basically you one of the exercises we did was one where you would pick a phrase to say, and you had to echo that in as many different ways as you could think of. After that episode, I never saw that exercise the same way again, because you would basically be going back and forth saying the same thing just in a different tone, emphasizing different words. So like I could say, let's go have dinner. 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 And I was like, as soon as I saw that episode, I was like, I don't see this exercise the same way anymore. Are you possessed by the thing that possessed them in Midnight? Hey, Dreamer, how's it going? Yeah, season 4 had so many great episodes. I think my favorite of season 3 with Martha was the episode Gridlock, where they had everybody trapped in their cars. I'm glad you're doing well, Dreamer. What are you up to today? We're just making an infinity scarf. I think we're gonna probably just sit and chat for a bit after this round, because I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to complete another round before ending of stream time. But I'll at least be able to show you guys the progress that we have made today. We were able to get a good couple rounds done, which is fantastic.
Hello, sweetie.
All right. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. All right. Because I'm on what will be our last one, I think. Tried to find something at the Salvation Army thrift store, a piano, somebody got it before you, and you're going to a special gathering in about an hour and 10? Nice! And then we're going to join to the first stitch, which is this stitch with the orange stitch marker with the slip stitch. So slip stitch, we yarn over, we go into the stitch, and then we pull that stitch through everything. So we're going to try that again because I dropped the stitch. I think my tension may have been just a bit too tight. because it was not wanting to go through like the butt I know it can. There we go. Maybe that'll be easier for it to go through. There we go. We got ourselves a nice little slip stitch. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and mark that. I'm going to put that in here, my little crochet hook. And I put my, where did I put my, there it is. It was right in front of me. We're going to go ahead and put the stitch marker right here. So that way I don't lose my loop. So this is what we have so far. I'm going to go ahead and hold it up, but I've got to, there we go, get my working yarn out of the way. Uh-oh, I'm thinking I may have twisted it at some point. Oh, there we go. There it is. It's a really long scarf, but it's going to be one that you wrap around a couple times. So, it's looking really good so far. We have our three front post doubles, rows of the front post double crochet. I am going to go ahead and put this like that and fold it so that that is there. I have my my hook that I'm going to put in with the yarn so that I do not lose it. And it's going to go in nice and easy into this little bag from Hobby Lobby where I bought the yarn. I was able to complete 2 rounds. So we finished round 5 and round 6. So rounds 1 through 4 I was able to do at work, and then rounds 5 and 6 we did today. So we are going to go ahead, I'm going to put the pencil there. I'm going to move my camera all of the way back up here. Let you go against the computer like that. Bring you down a bit. There we go. And now, to just chatting for a little bit. I think we'll end with a little just chatting. And then, do you guys want to try get in a round of Fortnite? Or maybe a little Sims? Because I think I can go another 40-ish minutes. We should be able to get a round of Fortnite in. I think that's what we'll do. We'll kind of end with a little bit of Fortnite. So we're gonna turn off the musics. Gonna turn off the musics. And then I'm gonna go into my studio mode so that I can get my game capturing the correct game. Ooh, what's for breakfast? I gotta know what's for breakfast. Ooh, bacon and eggs. That sounds amazing. Oh man, I had a caffeinated protein shake for my breakfast. And it was absolutely delicious. That reminds me, I need to There we go. We can switch over to the game screen. Perfect. Turn off studio mode. All right. I need to combine because I get the big bottles or big containers of my protein powder. I get vanilla and I get chocolate so that I can alternate between the two. I have played some of this season. It's a really fun season. So, to-do list for today. I need to start the... Oh, am I... Are we in a new... I guess I haven't played this season yet. Because I'm all of a sudden back at level 1. And I was like level 54. Oh, that makes sense. So then I guess in that case, I enjoyed last season. We'll have to see. Oh, by the way, Dorothy Blackheart, I am so sorry that I missed the, somehow I missed the sound alert for the follow, but thank you. Thank you so much for the follow from 8 minutes ago. I'm going to go ahead and change over while we're waiting to load in. I'll go ahead and change over categories. There we go. Yeah, we'll have to see how this season goes. Usually I give it a little bit just to see how it goes. I kind of feel the same way with new actors playing a role, like the same role, because it takes a little bit to kind of ease into it. My least favorite thing about new seasons is that the whole map needs to be explored, and so I feel like if I want to get the whole map, I have to basically focus on, okay, we're gonna get this map, or we're gonna go hit this place first. I need to put that away. I might take this with me to D&D and everything, because afterwards I'm gonna be going over to my friend Soul's place. Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much for following on your second account. Oh, good. I'm glad they didn't change the map too much. Because I feel like when there's a whole new map and you have all of that to unlock, I'm one of those that I want to get the entire map unlocked as quickly as possible. And I can't always do that and focus on one because I'm also a little bit competitive, and so I want to win. And so I can't do both when there's... Oh, are you guys able to hear sounds at all? I might need to change sound settings once I get to a safe place. Okay, no sounds. Okay, I'll fix the audio once I land in a safe location. Okay, this ought to be safe for now. Okay. So first thing I want to do is I want to adjust sound in my ears. We'll apply there. And then I need desktop audio. We'll go to default. put that up at full. There we go. That ought to fix it. That ought to make it where you guys are able to hear now. Is there another? Here it is. All right. How's the volume and everything? Alright, so if we go this way, we'll be able to get a whole new part of the map unlocked. Alright, we need to hurry out of here. Get out of here! Before he finds us. Well, I want that to take the place of that. There we go. Oh, yeah! Got him! Alright, so let's use that. And then I think we will use this Medimist. Whoa. Hey, buddy. There we go. I like that Medmist smoke grenade. There we go. We'll just get out of here. Ah, I could have had him. That kneecapper. That kneecapper, dude. All right, let's ready up. Yeah, there's some things I just am not a fan of already. I do not like that kneecapper, for example. Okay. So far, everything is looking good. Well, hey, if you ever find a game that you think I might like, I'd be more than happy to play it with you. There we go. More crochet. Alright, so as far as games I like, there's Sims 4, but that's not exactly multiplayer. Let's see, multiplayer games. I know Power Wash Simulator can be multiplayer. I like simulator games. I like the kind of chill, cozy games. Some first-person shooters, as long as there's not a lot of nonsense. Why is OBS telling me encoding is overloaded? Consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoding preset. I might. I know I got one game. I can't remember what it was called. Oh, I got Palia. That's what I got. Let's see if I can find a spot to hide from the NPCs. They're gonna get me. I can definitely download Pal World, though. That one could be fun. Okay, so we have... You haven't played it much, but Fortnite always took the top play. Right? Like, there's just something about it, you know? Oh, there you are. I wondered where you were. We'll go ahead and do that. Actually, we're gonna do that. Because I like having my... rifle in first, shotgun in second, and then kind of pistols and other things similar, or my semi-automatics in third. Because that just makes it easier for me to remember what's where. But I can definitely download Pal World. I can take a look and see. Is it on Steam? I also have Switch and PS4 if those are easier. Oh, perfect! You use PC as well. I love it. Ooh. Let's see. I'll go ahead and grab that. Because I've got all the shields I can get for right now. We're going to get away from the action for a second so that I can discover a new location. Hopefully. The gathering part had to be less Pokemon-y. Nintendo thought it was infringing on Nintendo. Ah, gotcha. That makes sense. Because I could totally see them being like, hey, this isn't cool what you're doing, you know? The monsters just appear right beside you. Oh my goodness. Let's gather some ammo. And then we'll head into this little area. Don't need any of that. There we go. We'll fill up here on shields. And then we'll grab that. Do this. Oh man, that would be kind of would be interesting to have them just appear out of nowhere. But I guess they had to do what they had to do in order to avoid a potential copyright infringement. I'd rather they avoid a copyright infringement, you know what I mean? Oh man, that is always the worst feeling, when your emails are just that clogged up. We get in our car and we go for a drive into a tree, apparently? Into the thousands? Oh man. So I just have one more spot to open. Let's see if I can get there before it's too late. If I go like this a majority of the way, I ought to be fine. And then I'll have my map unlocked. And all will be well. There we go. Named location discovered. Back into circle. I promise I'm a better driver IRL. So that ought to have unlocked the entire map. Look at that! In 2 rounds, we have unlocked this entire map. Oh, somebody's close by. Let's see. Where are they? Where are you? We're gonna go ahead and get away from there. We're gonna go up this in hopes that it'll get us a little closer to being in circle. Oh wow, we are... Okay, at least we're not dropping too many frames. Only 1% of them. There we go. I like to try and be as central as I can in circle, because sometimes that helps make it where you don't have to move as much. Sometimes that epically backfires. I'm gonna just check something real quick. I need to check and make sure if there's still D&D today. It looks like it. There we go. Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. I've let emails while I haven't gotten into the thousands, I have had a couple hundred before. I have had like 200 or 300 emails that I have yet to get through. Ooh, what is this that's getting louder? Is that a car? I'm hearing kind of a whirring. Yep, there it is. There's the car. I'm hearing the car, but I'm not sure where I'm hearing the car coming from. If you guys ever happen to hear a dog barking, it's because my sister's dog absolutely hates the sound of our printer that's upstairs. It freaks him out. And so anytime my dad or my mom print something, he barks at it. And it always makes me think that there's like somebody breaking into the house or something. Ooh, are there a couple down here? I was about to say, did they get rid of the pistols? Because that would make me super sad if they did. Oh, but that's a single one. Interesting. Very interesting. Now the question is, how many of those kinds of bullets can I hold, and how good of quality is this one? Is there one down there? Or is it up here? It's up here. Hello. Come on. Oh, dude! Who was on the balloon? I don't know. But there is a car coming. There we go. We got 17 left. 17 left, you guys. We can do this. We are just barely outside circle, so we still have plenty of time. Sounds like some NPCs are big mad. There's somebody coming. Oh, that would be cool if it was the purple-clad phantom. Cool but scary. all at the same time. Alrighty. I kind of like that pistol. I don't like that it's a single shot. But I do like the strength that it has. Oh, that I don't know. I just thought the name sounded cool. Okay, so we got that. Somewhere in here. There you are. Okay, that's the one I liked. That's the one I liked better. I was hoping they still had it. Alright, so we need to get ourselves into circle. Ooh, yet another classic superhero. Nice! You would think I would know the majority of the superheroes, but some of them I do, some of them I don't. Let's see, is there a spot with some coverage? Uh-oh, we got people flying in. They gonna find me, then they gonna get me. But not if I can demonstrate it. Most of the classic ones are before the big two made their big universes. Oh. Gotcha. Oh, this'll be good. This'll be good. I like the scope on it. Scope will make it a lot easier for me to stay in hiding. We got 4 left, and then I'm gonna wrap it up after this one. Alright, so if we go this way, down and in. Wow! Okay, good. Had me worried for a second. That was a big drop. I was kind of worried for a second there that that was not gonna end well for me. Oh, it's not even a true house. Most well-known are the Shadow, of course, Flash Gordon, Doc Savage, the Spider, and Buck Rogers. I've heard of 2 of those, I think, in passing. I think I've heard of Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers, because those 2 sound familiar. Flash and Phantom will not stay down. I would think that would would be a good thing for a superhero that they don't die easily. So I'm gonna go with that's a good thing. Uh-oh, here comes his car. I can hear a car in the background. Oh, there he is, there he is. Hopefully he didn't see me. He's up at the top of that. There he is. Oh, he's got that. Ah. Oh, dude. That is not even fair. Speaking in a meta sense, because boy, those two always come back. Oh, that makes sense. Alright, you guys. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it there. Right? Beaten by a neon samurai. Not nice. But at least I got top 5. I'm happy with that at least. I'll take that. Alright, you guys. I need to go grab a bite to eat before D&D today. So I am going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for making it a fun stream. And I hope you guys enjoyed the crocheting. We'll be back at some point, either Tuesday or Saturday, depending on schedule and how things are going. And yeah, it's going to be fun. We might do some more crochet. We might play more Fortnite or Sims. Hopefully you guys enjoy all of that. You guys have a fantastic weekend. And always remember, God loves you, and so do I. Bye!